Deep in the Ontario countryside lives a man with very particular tastes. He likes things fast, high-tech, and a little bit out of control. Inside the mansion, a stuffed moose sports a top hat. A colossal chrome rifle adorns the wall. Dozens upon dozens of knobs, panels, and plugs help him craft those special sounds. Oh, and drones. Lots and lots of drones. I was here to meet deadmau5. Along for the ride was Sam Sheffer, the Verge's social media mastermind, as well as our friend Marques Brownlee, or as the internet knows him, MKBHD. Neither of these guys had ever flown before.
It smells like New Jersey.
Hidden out here in his newly built home is EDM artist Joel Zimmerman, better known as deadmau5. That's me opening the door, not deadmau5. He's into tinkering, recording songs, driving fast cars, and flying drones.
You know, like anyone else, I started out, of course, just grabbing a Phantom, getting a feel for it, and then, you know, realizing how easy it is to control because, you know, the thing that kind of I had my reservations about were, you know, dudes that fly fixed wing aircraft and stuff like that. You know, I was like, oh man, you gotta be... We're remodeling, excuse us. And, you know, they'd be flying those things and, you know, it's so sensitive on the joystick, but those guys, like, you just drop the remote, you know, and it's like, and it's go. I'm like, okay, and I got really comfortable with that. So then I just figured, you know, I might as well just go for it and then try the 1000. But then more often I was like, oh, maybe I'll just take the Phantom with the Zenmuse on it because I could just get it out of the car and rip it up and you know, whatever. And that's like kind of an operation.
I would be scared to fly the S1000.
I still get a little freaked out.
While he does have some very big and very expensive toys, Joel was really interested in flying the newest of the new, DJI's recently released Inspire One quadcopter.
All right, this is the part where you play the fucking dramatic music, and I'm just like... Also, don't include the mouth music. My wife told me not to do that.
The Inspire One takes the big league features of the S1000 and combines them with the run-and-gun nature of the Phantom, resulting in a unique drone at a new price point.
So I've flown the DJI Phantom before, but this is my first time flying the Inspire One. Everything has been pretty much the same, the way you turn it on, the way you get the controller connected, and now I'm gonna try and take off and not break this incredible machine. So I'm piloting right now and Marques is on the gimbal operating the camera. It definitely is a lot faster and a lot more powerful feeling than the Phantom.
The controls are super easy because I'm only using one of them for camera control. So up, down, left, right, I basically can follow everything with one finger.
So I'm gonna go up a little bit. And as you see, when I go forward and then stop, it kind of pulls back like it's throwing on the brakes, which is a cool feature, it doesn't drift.
The Inspire One, at least for now, does lack a lot of the autonomous features found in many of the drones on the market. You can't set waypoints or have the drone automatically follow you, both huge features we recently saw at CES. It does, however, feature an optical sensor facing directly down, allowing it to fly without GPS, making it much safer for flying indoors. First, we decided to see if it could keep up with Joel's ATV, and a few of his other toys.
It makes you feel like a kid again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, growing up, we went through a bunch of RC cars, and you use it for, like, you know, few weeks, few months, and then it's like the battery dies or whatever, but this is like completely different ballgame because it flies.
Having that third dimension to just literally explore, see what you can do with it, I think that's huge and people like that a lot.
I could see this doing real well in like site surveying, construction.
I mean, we were like hella wanting some Tim Hortons coffee this morning and there was nobody here. And if you had that and could just be like, go to Tim Hortons and come back, and it came back with the coffee.
That's a world that's like 50 years away.
No, that world is 5 years away. Amazon is like testing that right now.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm so 50-50 on the fence of whether this is just like a hype thing that's just going to be fun for a hobby kind of thing.
Right, is it just a fad where everyone's like, oh, I need one, and then most people get one and are like, actually only use it once a year.
And then they crash it and don't buy another one.
Yeah, because you have to be willing to crash it and then repair it. Like, that's going to happen to you.
It's kind of like an RC car. I've never flown anything at all before today, but I'd been like a huge fan of RC cars and just racing little cars around, and basically like the fact that these are so user-friendly helps a lot, where you add that axis, but it's not a big distraction because you still have full control. It still brakes for you, it still stops.
So much less of a pain in the ass to land. I'll be right back.
That's not a drone.
Go like over that shed, not towards the road. This is how we deal with unidentified flying drones on my property. Take it up a bit. Pull! Think I can get it first time? One shot, one kill. Damn. Like that was a fucking 1 in a million. Man, that was awesome.
Drones are getting cheaper, more powerful, and more ubiquitous every day. Yet no license or training is required to fly them. The technology has clearly outpaced the law. Recently, after one crashed onto the White House lawn, President Obama basically acknowledged there are no regulations in place.
I've actually asked the FAA and a number of agencies to examine how are we managing this new technology, because the drone that landed in the White House you buy in Radio Shack.
I mean, I have no confidence in the FAA doing the right thing, and obviously they basically—
They're either going to shut it down or nothing.
Right.
You know, and they can't shut it down, it's too big.
You can't put the genie back in the bottle. Like, everyone already has these crazy powerful units, but it's hard to imagine a legal framework where we could keep what we have and also stay safe.
Well, that's gun control 101, you know? Like, we can't stop people from armed robbery, but we still have gun stores and you can still get one, you know, with the sufficient paperwork. Maybe just some basic training. And then when you get certified, your unit or your remote or your control apparatus is, you know, obviously bound to your unit, and you have a tag or a chip in it that's you. So you would be liable, and you'd have to insure that unit for any dumbassery, like homeboy at Yellowstone Park, you know? It's like, oh, whoops, you know, well, technically it's legal because, you know, it didn't say I couldn't, you know, and I'm like, well, you're a dumbass. And
yeah, you spend like 10 hours on the flight simulator to get your certification. You're flying it. The FAA knows who you are and where you are, and if you crash, like, they can hold you responsible.
Then they care. You know what I mean? Right. If an incident happens, you smack it into a building and you know, freak out an old lady or whatever, you know, then that's you responsible for that. Not the community, not drones, just you know, because you're an idiot.
In the meantime, flying drones is an airborne Wild West, with pilots writing most of their own rules. deadmau5 wouldn't have it any other way.